Hi, everyone. Mr. Dr. Sanders and Ms. Ying took my, Ms. Kong took my, half of my, what I was going to say, so I'm going to have to wing it. So I'll tell you a little about me. First of all, I am on the City Council of Sunnyvale, but I'm speaking solely on my own behalf. I have to say that front. I graduated from Atlantic City High School, which at the time was over 50% Black. And in order to keep the very high dropout rate from going even lower, they basically dumbed down the classes. And I took physics, I led physics, I got all A's, took math, got A's and B's, and did fine. And I got into college, nice four-year college, a little help from my grandfather. My single mom was working as a social worker, so not a lot of money. I flunked out. My physics was so dumbed down, I couldn't even understand what was going on. So I tried as hard as I could, and I got C's and D's in physics, and I got C's and F's in math. I had to take remedial math. I was in the highest math that high school offered. I had to take remedial math when I got to college. So I flunked out, got back in, got flunked out again. After 2 years, I said, heck with this, I joined the Navy. Came out, worked like the devil at some small school, a small state school in Wisconsin. But I never caught up. I kept going in physics because I'm just persistent. But I'm learning junior level physics, and at the same time I'm trying to learn freshman physics because I never really got it. Same with the math. I tried everything I could. I did well enough, but just by simply putting in the hours to get to grad school. When I was there, I taught in one of the nearby ghetto middle schools. I wanted to help some of the kids who were in the same situation I had been to get out of the ghetto. And I worked with some kids. And two seventh graders, one learned to add with me. It took all summer, but 5 days a week, but we did it. And another one learned to multiply. And I got so depressed because, yeah, I made a difference. But what the hell was a seventh grader able to get to seventh grade and not be able to add? And that is the real problem. And that's the problem the state is avoiding. California has a 73% graduation rate among Blacks. That is worse than Mississippi's. That's worse than Texas. It's abominable. But that would take a lot of work to fix. Much easier to just say, oh, they're Black, let them into UC, whatever. However, once you look at NTUC, you're competing with some of the top people in the country, in the world. It's one of the top 10 schools in the world. So what happens is you got a dropout rate very high. And as Dr. Sanders said, getting rid of this race-based admissions where they just go, oh, he's Black, flip a coin, see if he gets in. That forced the UC system to say, okay, we're going to actually have to work and make these kids graduate because otherwise we're really going to fail. The interesting thing in the polling is that the Black and Latino students, community, they're largely, they're very divided and in many cases against repealing Prop 209 because they're a little smarter than the UC regents, setting a low bar, but they're pretty smart. And they see what happens, that if you get into a college that you can't compete with because you just don't have the preparation, because you went to a very bad high school because your teachers were just desperate to get you to graduate, or your classmates, you can't compete. So what happens? You drop out. And 2/3 of the Blacks that go into science and technology drop out. And about almost a third drop out of college entirely because they're like me. Their grades were so bad, no other major will even take them. So you're not doing anyone a favor, putting them in a situation where they're going to fail. All you're doing is you're getting some checkbox so that at your UC wine and cheese party, you can say you let in more Blacks. This is not how helping a problem. The problem is down in the grade school. Seventh graders need to know how to add, and high school kids need to graduate to get anywhere. But that takes a lot of work, and that's what Prop 209 forced the UC to do. That's going to force California to do, and that's why I'm so against Prop 16. It's racist is what it comes to. It's saying we're going to look at race. So what about the poor single mom who's working, who's Thai or Vietnamese, who's working in a donut shop, where I get my donuts? Her daughter is not going to be able to get into the same college that her Black co-worker's daughter can. That's not fair. It's like un-American. And that's why I think a lot of immigrants are really against this, because they get this view of America that we're all about American merit, and we're all about, no, you don't have to bribe anyone to get into the right school, and it's not all about friends and everything. And then they come here and they find, oh, it's not as good as we thought. They're requiring, they're insisting America live up to its goals. I am too. So that's why I'm saying no on 16. You're not doing anyone a favor except the UC region, so they can just feel good about themselves, and we don't really need that. Thank you very much.